Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ruin Podcast, previously known as Thanks for Ruining.
Hello.
I'm here with my host, Mars, and I'm Astro.
Yes, hello. I think she forgot my name for a brief second.
I did, because it's been like 40 years.
It has been forever. I apologize. Problem is, you
Me.
know, kinda, yeah. No,
I'm very unavailable.
no tea, no shade. It's just been hard for us to align our schedules.
Yeah, and I've been lazy,
I've been lazy too. I don't feel like editing anything.
and I don't feel like talking for hours.
Yes, but you know what? We're back. We changed the name because why not? I don't know. I just like this better. So
Yeah, and we're back with new mics. We're no longer probably going to go in and out. This is going to be great quality, guys.
yeah, it might go back to poor quality because distance.
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing.
Yes, but I am also getting new mics, so we will see if the quality stays like this.
So before we get into our main topic, I know we've been with each other all day, but like, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a while since we've been face to face,
Yeah.
like a long time, but
Mhm.
I've been good. Summer is unofficially here because of Memorial Day weekend, so I am hating the bugs. But how are you?
I'm great. I dread summer. I think I'm one of the few Black people that do, because I hate being hot. I don't like sweating. I don't like sweating in places. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
That's fair. I feel like when you're in the heat, there's less you can do to cool off, and also sweating is stinky. And I don't like stinking.
I don't like stinking either. And plus, I use aluminum free deodorant, and in the winter that is bomb. In the summer, that's not bomb.
Yeah, I discovered that too, which is why I stopped using aluminum free. I was like, stinking or cancer? I choose cancer.
I choose death over stinking. That's me. I'm like, I would rather pick the cancer. I'm so sorry.
I'm being so serious. I just that one day I walked in, I was like, I am still stinking.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that smell either.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know if it's specifically Koreans, like South Koreans, or like Asian people in general. You know, they have a gene where they don't have that stink. Like, they just don't have the gene to just stink like that.
I want that in my life.
You know, I'm like, that's unfair. Like, why couldn't I be the lucky one in the gene pool? Like, what?
Right. So now I am going to diary at the age of 35, and I am okay with that.
Okay. So a lot has happened in the last few weeks since we've been away. Like, so many topics we could have talked about.
Yeah, it's been like 3 months. It's insane.
All right.
Yeah, we missed out on a lot, but
We still gonna talk about it. I don't care what you guys say.
exactly.
It could be old, it could be new. I don't care. If it's relevant to me, and if it's relevant to us, I should say, we gonna talk about it.
As we should. Today's topic is the Youthforia Foundation.
The paint in the bottle.
It's literally they said black. Okay, night sky. There we go.
Right? It's so for those who do not know, the Youthforia Foundation. Basically, what happened was there's this brand called Youthforia. It's a makeup brand, obviously, but what happened was that they were under fire because they didn't have a long, like a good enough shade range when they first came out with their foundation. So then they apparently went back to the quote unquote drawing board, and they came out with a second set of foundation shade ranges, which featured the darkest shade being basically black paint.
It's literally blackface.
It is. And there has been so many people who tried it out. Some black people who are of deeper complexion tried it out, but then there were some non-black people like that I think he was an Asian guy.
I think he was Filipino.
He was Filipino.
Either Filipino or Indonesian.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was particularly from in Asia, but he tried the foundation, and I forgot what he said, but he said something ignorant.
No, because I literally woke up to that content. I'm telling you, I woke up to the most wild things. I woke up, it was the first video. It was someone reacting to it. So I was like, oh, what is this?
Oh, yeah.
I clicked on it. The first thing, I just see this man pop up. I was like, oh my God.
The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this.
Blacks? You know, I've woken up to lots of different things, you know, celebrity drama, gossip, other things. I've never woken up to something like this. Kevin, sweetie, I'm here to tell you now that that whole thing was insane. And I also urge you to take the video down. Yeah, ASAP, before you get banned by all the people who are probably reporting your account as we speak. And you know, I understood his intentions. I truly did. But he just went too far. I mean, I know it's like his brand to go too far, you know, with the Nair videos and his most recent video about how he likes to say the N-word to songs when he's alone in his car, which is something that we didn't need to know. And a video did not need to be made. And you know, regarding both videos, like, is he expecting a thank you? Like a big old thank you from the blacks? Like, we feel so seen and so heard. Thank you for doing blackface on camera. You know, A for effort, but I give you an F on execution.
Like, bro, like, I think I saw people, because I didn't see the original video. I think I saw people stitch it, and then someone stitched his other, like, video that he made, and apparently he's just one of those people that do, like, conservative mates content for, like, clicks and giggles and stuff. Like he's, I would say he's irrelevant, but there are people who were, a lot of people who were saying, who were going to bat saying, oh, this foundation is not like a foundation, is paint. And there was other people who were saying, well, what do you expect them to do? Make a good foundation, girl? Like,
Yes. Yes.
make a foundation for deeper complexions? Like, you've seen how Fenty did it, and they were sold out in a lot of stores when Fenty first came out. That deeper, darker foundation was gone. It was gone. Because, like, the girls were just like, oh, finally a foundation for me, and they cleared house. So I'm just
Right.
like, it's a lot of money to be made in terms of, like, makeup for black women and stuff like that. And it's kind of weird to me. Well, it's not weird to me. I understand. I don't understand, but I know why they don't do it, because they don't. A lot of companies just don't want to cater to us.
And it's weird because, again, there's a lot of money to be made, which, I mean, it shouldn't be the only reason you should make it, because people need it. But it's like, why miss out on the profit just to be racist? That's a new level of racism in my mind. If you're willing to miss out on so much money just to spite people, that's a new level of dedication. Why?
Right? Tarte does that though, because Tarte be like, I think there was a Tarte controversy. There's this creator named Fanita. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Fanita?
No.
She's actually was trending online today because she said some. I think people were looking at her videos and they were just like, "Girl, why is she so mean?" Because she used to be a big woman. She used to be a plus size girl, but she started losing weight. She had weight loss surgery. She started losing weight, and people said, "Oh, she got so mean." But the thing is about Fanita, she's always been mean. So, because I used to watch her content when she was a big girl, and she's always, nothing about her changed. She just said that I got skinny all of a sudden, now I want to open your ears. Like, but that's beside the point. The controversial thing with her and Tarte was that she went on a trip with Tarte, and Tarte kind of made black women or like women of color basically the last people that they invite. Like, they treated them not as good as their white creators,
Almost like backups.
yeah, kind of like backups, and they put them in very crappy rooms. Like, it was a whole controversy with Tarte at one point, and that was the only thing I saw up and down my timeline and stuff. But yeah, Tarte did the same thing, and they said that I feel like the CEO basically came out and said, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. The girls that get it, the girls that don't. I was like,
dead.
girl, what the heck?
You do what you do. But yeah, this whole, like, and I remember I saw a TikTok about this. It was like these two girls were at Sephora and they were trying on, I think it was the Youthforia, and it's literally just blackface in a bottle. So, and these two girls, they're white. They put it on and it looks like blackface. So then this girl records them doing it, right? And it's like, you guys are if I can find it, I'll put it in. But it was like yeah, the girl was recording her. It's like, y'all, this is a bit racist, guys. And they just kind of like walked, like, when they realized they were being recorded, they kind of like walked off the screen, I believe. And the mother wasn't even like angry at the children. She was more angry at the fact that they were being recorded and being called out.
no shame.
If you want to document this, go ahead.
Like, literally.
Mixed jobs, college sequences, let alone how incredibly effective this is.
This is so wild.
Honestly, I'm so sorry.
This is so shameful. This is so shameful. Like,
We don't. I never.
It's like, at the least of something else, it's like people treat being called racist as being worse than actually being or doing a racist act. I'm like, girl, no.
That's true, because I think people are only apologetic when they're caught. They're not apologetic when they do it.
Yeah, they're not sorry for being caught.
They're not.
And they're not sorry for doing it. They're sorry for being caught.
Yeah, they're 100%. Because if they were sorry for doing it, they wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Exactly. Or they would apologize before everyone got on their backs.
Yeah, because that's why I feel like a lot of people's apologies are inauthentic. But that's beside the point.
That's beside the point. Also, sidetrack. Why are there so many YouTuber apologies? It's like there's a new one every week. What is happening?
I think I saw a video on Instagram. I put it on my story where this guy's like, it was this creator. He was like, oh, it was like a POV of a content creator when they get big. They was like, oh, you did all this work, your blood, sweat, and tears. You know, you grind for it. You got here. You're at the top and stuff like that. Like, you can change your life. You could change your family's life. How do you feel right now? And the content creator was like, man, I like kids.
Whoa.
I was like, because that's how it be. I was like, no, this is entirely accurate. Like, what do you mean? You did all this work to get to where you are now just to do some heinous crap?
Right.
I'm like, that's insane to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Youthforia Foundation. That was a little side tangent. Sorry, guys.
Side tangent.
But like, I saw so many YouTube videos. Like, there was this black woman who did it, and she said this is what a real foundation looks like. She was obviously of deeper, darker complexion. She said this is what a real foundation looks like, and this is what paint looks like. And if you look at the ingredients, a lot of the ingredients here is just black paint. And then I saw an Asian, I don't know where she was in Asia. I don't know where she was from in Asia, but I saw her do an analysis on it, and she broke it down. And she basically said that in terms of a chemist's like perspective, she was like, if you look at other foundations, you are able to mix it with other things. Like, if you mix it with white, it turns a different complexion. If you mix that Youthforia foundation with white,
it turns gray.
It turns gray. It's like, so it's paint. It's not even like, there's no undertones to make it a foundation. But there are people who are arguing this point, saying, but like, they went back to the drawing board and made deeper complexions and stuff like that. Like, what is basically saying, what more do you people want? And it's kind of annoying when stuff like this happens, because especially when darker complexions talk about certain like eyeshadows not working for them, not working for their skin tones and stuff like that. That's why we have brands like Juvia's Place, who makes very pigmented eyeshadows for darker complexions for the most part and stuff like that. But that's why they not complain, but this is why they bring it to other people's attention, because a lot of makeup was not catering to people with darker complexions.
Yeah.
And a lot of makeup was not for people with darker complexions. When before Fenty even came out, they would go into like aisles and couldn't find foundation for them. The darkest shade was, I feel like, my complexion, and that's weird. Like, it was like not everyone is my complexion, or who's black is my complexion, or anything else like that. So now that we know that you can make this, because again, Fenty did it. She came out with 40 shades, and I think she's credited as one of the first people to do so, because she came out with like 40 plus shades, and she's still coming out with 40 plus shades.
Fenty's owned by Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until like a month ago.
Really?
That's
so crazy.
I saw a TikTok where she was like, "Oh, Fenty." I was like, "Oh, you own that."
Yeah, I mean, did you see her Super Bowl performance?
Of course. Riri is, I love her so much, but the way I had to defend her so vigorously when people were like, "This is Super Bowl performance," it was subpar. Girl, she was pregnant on that stage.
She looked like she was good. She looked good to me. I don't know about y'all, but she looked like she did good to me.
She ate that down, and y'all gonna come for her. She was pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Still ate it up. I was like, to you and your pregnant butt try to do that. I didn't. You can't even sing.
Had a whole, excuse me. She had a whole baby in her uterus, bro. Like, leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Let her live.
But like, yeah, on her and that performance, she actually took out a Fenty product and bought her. Because this woman would do product placement.
Yeah, and now I was like, yeah, she's only business. I think she's a billionaire now, so I understand why she's not making any more music. I would like one more album as a goodbye. It'd be a nice little goodbye, but she don't got to.
Listen, people, I would never make music for y'all again because one, if I was Rihanna, because one, no one appreciated Anti, and Anti was one of her best albums in my opinion. Loud is my favorite, but Anti was her best album that she came out with, and a lot of people didn't appreciate it. In fact, a lot of people dragged that album, and then she decided to become Avon Lady and make Fenty, and I was like, okay, cool. And then when she came back, I remember seeing people say, oh, her vocals are tired. How you gonna make a break this long and your vocals are like that? And I'll be like, you know what? That's it. I'm not making music anymore. And I would never come back to y'all because y'all don't appreciate what she had out. Because y'all were begging for R9. You were begging for her 9th studio album. And all of a sudden, she comes back and she does the song for Black Panther, and y'all saying, oh, the vocals are like, girl.
I loved her Black Panther vocals.
I love that song. Lift me up. Like, cut this out because I can't sing. You're not gonna cut it out, are you?
You know me. You know I'm not. Love you too. Anyway, so yeah, I'm being like aggressively stared at right now. So for legal purposes, I will cut it out. For legal purposes, but yeah. Did not know that Riri was. Don't drag me not unless she owned Fenty until like a month or two ago.
That's insane.
But I do love her, and I love how she unlike Youthforia is actually
catering to darker skin.
Yes,
people.
Inclusivity is key. I love inclusivity. I don't understand people who exclude people because all you're doing really is missing out on profit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So even if you are racist, get that back. I'm like not like encouraging racism. Obviously, but like, get that back.
And I just feel like with basically Youthforia, and we've seen this time and time again, where people who come out with these brands or who come out with these foundation line, and like even with high-end foundation lines, a lot of the times they do not include people with deeper, darker complexions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's tired at this point because, like, they should be able to go to a store and pick out their foundation. It should not be this hard. It really especially shouldn't. If these companies are American, you have a diverse population. I don't care if this is to say that America is 75% white. You still got that 25% that's like not white. So like you do have a huge population of people who cannot find their foundation in these drugstores or anything else like that. Which is why I'm glad that Fenty diversified and went to Ulta too, because I would consider Ulta not the high. It has so Ulta is like, if you've never been to an Ulta,
which why haven't you been?
Right, but Ulta is split into like the more drugstore makeup and then the high-end makeup, and Fenty's found on the high-end makeup side, but you can still go in there. I would still consider it like kind of drugstore because you can still go in there and find drugstore makeup and then high-end, but you can still go in there and find it, and it's much more accessible versus Sephora. At least my Ulta is, because my Ulta is not at the mall. It's like maybe a couple towns over, so you can still go in there and find like the foundations that you need and stuff like that, or specific sections of foundations. But I do see some drugstore makeups coming out with a much wider shade range, because like I said, I feel like Fenty was the first one to do it, and then everyone else was like scrambling because like now we realize, oh, you can do it, you just refuse to. That's insane.
Yes, queen. I don't really have much to add. Do you?
I would just say that for those who are saying that basically what more they can do and stuff like that, and basically categorizing what what people are bringing to other people's attention as complaining and stuff, I feel like that is ignorant and misguided. And I feel like the more people bring it to their attention, the more, at least I hope, the more likely they are to be more inclusive within their products and stuff like that, because it shouldn't just be one group of people who can enjoy things and stuff. That's why I'm kind of glad that Fenty kind of showed that you can do it, and even have SPF in some. Like, you could figure out a way to put SPF in like darker complexion foundation, because I remember they said, one company said, I forget which one it was, but they said that they don't include SPF because of the fact that SPF kind of, when it mixes with darker complexions, it kind of creates like a different cast. I'm like, you can figure out how to do that, because if you can figure out how to make SPF more clear where it doesn't create a gray cast, you could figure it out with foundation.
Agreed.
So like, I would just say I wish more brands would be more inclusive. I wish more people would be more empathetic and understanding when people are saying, hey, this is not, like, because it was paint in a bottle. Like, this is not what we mean when we say be inclusive. We don't mean to add black paint, because black people aren't actually black.
Yeah.
So
we're more on the brown side.
More on the brown, more deeper, darker brown.
Even dark-skinned people, they're not, night sky black.
Yeah, like, despite your racist and colorist jokes, they're not.
Yeah, we're not.
They're not.
We actually come in a range of different shades, actually.
Yeah, so like, I feel like more brands be inclusive. I mean, I feel like someone should come out with a brand with just for black people. That's just me. I know that's like going against of what I just said of inclusivity. But
like,
since y'all want to play that, like,
I want to find a brand that like cater to like POCs, like
specifically,
like. Because there are plenty of brands that can cater to like a lighter skinned audience. A brand that just catered to a POC audience, I would be like, okay, go off.
Like, go ham. Like, the first shade that starts is someone who's maybe a little bit lighter than me, and then it just goes on down, and that's it. You don't need the other part. You don't need the lighter part. You just need a little bit lighter than me, and then on down. That's it.
But this episode is actually pretty short compared to our other one. So that means that I promise it's actually going to come out, because it's not as much editing, and my lazy behind will actually get it done. For anyone who doesn't remember, or you're new, because, we only have one episode, and that was like 3 months ago, we try to post every week, Thursday, around 3 or 4 p.m. EST. So stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for watching. If you stayed for this whole 20 so minute episode, I appreciate you so much. We appreciate you. But if you really enjoyed, if you could like, comment, or even subscribe, we would appreciate that so much. Please, we're begging. We beg. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. I know it's short. Thank goodness for that. But love you. Bye.
Bye.
Womp womp.